What's up, Badgers? Welcome to Gamechangers. This is the show where we at BrockTV decided to check out a couple of games that maybe you guys would be interested in. I'm Evan, this is Corey, and the first game we're going to talk about is Limbo. Corey, we spent a good amount of time playing. What were your thoughts on the game?
I think it was a lot of fun. It was really challenging.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have face planted.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Here we go. Ready?
Are you doing like small hops?
Jump. Oh my god.
Are you serious, man? Oh my lord!
We realized that it was very minimalist in its approach.
Yeah.
Which kind of added to the game in a way, I think. To the atmosphere a little bit, to the gameplay for sure.
Yeah. And we've seen a change in gaming. It used to be that games were all about the fun, and then it rotated to a little bit more storylines. You saw a lot more of games like The Last of Us, where it was a story that had great gameplay, but also combined with a great story to really uphold the experience.
Yeah,
this has none of that. This is just a puzzle platformer in its base, and no audio, no nothing. It's just you go through a world, you don't know what's happening, and it makes it work.
But you mentioned Last of Us, which is probably my favorite game of all time. I play games like Last of Us, the new Tomb Raider, but like I grew up playing like Jak and Daxter, Spyro, stuff like that. So it was actually a very welcome surprise. Like what you were saying, going through this world was really cool to see the different landscapes and everything and the different challenges, because there were a lot of challenges that we had to face.
Did you think that the simple controls and the simple gameplay added to the game or took away from it?
Because it was so minimalist, like you can tell that the graphics aren't, PlayStation 4, Xbox One worthy or anything. I think that the developers, Art Jensen, he was very aware that he was making this very minimalist game with the controls that were sort of more simple. Because I think when you sort of challenge yourself, I'm going to make these controls a little bit more simple, but make the challenges really hard, Yeah. So you're kind of doing a little bit of trial and error there, going up, going down, holding control. Like that, those are only the only controls that we had, really.
$1 million question. Would you recommend Brock Badgers students to buy this game?
I think so, yeah. I think people should definitely play the game for the experience.
Do you just look at every hole you see and just say, I want to jump in that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially if anyone's ever played Journey before on PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. I don't know what else it's on, but it's definitely an experience.
I'm gonna agree with Corey. I think this game definitely is interesting. It's got its moments where you're running around wondering what you're doing wrong and all that, but for the most part, it's very immersive. And I think the fact that it's so simple really does make it more interesting, because you really don't know what's happening. You're not being held by the hand at all. There's no tutorial or anything. You just jump right in. So I think it really makes it feel like you're playing the game rather than you're playing a character in the game.
Yeah.
Final verdict, Corey says yes, I say yes. So if you're interested in Limbo or puzzle platforming games in general, I would definitely check it out. That's it for this week's episode of Game Changers. Make sure to check out BrockTV for more.